What's up, guys? It's Coach Lakisha here, and I am so thrilled to have you with me for another yoga workout. Today's class is going to be focused on the Muladhara root chakra. So if you're unfamiliar with chakras, it's located at the base of your spine, so your pelvic floor. So it's the first 3 vertebrae in the spine. And the purpose of the root chakra is to give you that earthiness, right? That grounding. So it's the birthplace of our basic needs, our emotional support. So the food, shelter, money, that financialness, right? So if you're finding yourself in any sorts of lethargy, if you feel stuck, if you're confused, if your emotions are all over the place, it is because your root chakra is not balanced. And what we're gonna do in this breath work and in this yoga practice is give you the tools that you need to come back to every single day to ground yourself and realign yourself to your true state. So get in a comfortable position, roll out your mat, grab a bottle of water, and let's begin. So I want you to feel your sit bones underneath you and feel them rooting down into the mat. And then straighten out your spine. So no hunchback. We're gonna be all the way straight with the length of the spine. Like a cord is literally just like pulling us all the way straight. And now I want you to put the fingertips on top of your shoulders. So you're aligning your elbow with your shoulder blades. And what we're gonna do now is a root chakra breathing exercise. So with every inhale, you're gonna throw your arms up into the air and lift your knees. And on the exhale, you're gonna come back down, bringing your fingertips to your shoulders and rest your knees. And we're gonna exhale audibly, really loud. So it's gonna be, okay? Got it. But we're gonna keep our shoulders up. And we're gonna do this about 10 times. So let's begin. Closing your eyes, you can bring your palms back down to your legs and take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. Your heart is probably racing and the blood is pumping in your body. And that means that we're bringing energy, we're bringing light into our root chakra. And as we feel the earth underneath us, know that we are grounded. Know that you are supported and all of your needs are met. So no matter what's going on in your life, know that ultimately everything is going to work out for you. You're going to make it through this. I'm sure of it. So take a deep breath in, pausing at the top, and exhale, fluttering your lips. Inhaling one more time. Pausing at the top and flutter your lips, letting it all go, letting go all the tension from your mind, your body, and your spirit. And now you can meet me in a tabletop position. So, aligning your wrist underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. We're gonna come into cat-cow. So arch your back, exhale round. Inhale, arch, exhale round. Inhale, arch, exhale round. Inhale, arch, exhale round. arch. Exhale, round. And just do a couple more cat-cows in your own breath. Being in flow with your breath. Last one. And meet me back in a tabletop position. I want you to step your right foot back, balancing your toes on the mat, pushing back through your heels. Feeling the stretch in your calves and in your hamstrings. Rooting down through your palms. And bring your right knee back in. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So step your left heel back, keeping the balls of your feet on the mat, and your heels pushing back. And then bring the left foot back in. I want you to take your knees as wide as you can, bringing your big toes to touch. Sit your hips back on your feet, and then come down and rest your head on the mat, coming into child's pose. This is an amazing grounding exercise. Just feel your body melt into the mat beneath you because you are supported. You don't have to force it or anything. Hold for one more breath. Extending your palms all the way out, lifting your forearms and elbow off the mat. Come up into your hands and knees. Place your knees hips distance, uncuff your toes, and set your hips up and back, coming into downward dog. So it's like you're pushing the mat away with your palms and your feet, evenly distributing the weight. And I want you to just slightly bend your knees one at a time, just like you're walking the dog. Just warming up our body. And now step your right foot up in between your toes. Bring your left foot to meet, coming into a halfway lift. So a halfway lift means straight legs, straight back, resting your palms on your shins or on your thighs. And now we're gonna come into a forward fold. Slightly bend your knees, grab a hold of your elbows, and just slowly sway side to side. Allowing the weight of the world to fall off your shoulders, and you find peace and calmness in your body. Hold for 2 more breaths. rest your palms down flat on the mat. Step your left foot back, resting your knee on the floor. Align your right knee over your ankle and lift. Coming into a lunge. And hold for 5 breaths. Last one. And bring your hands back down to the mat. Uncuff your left toe. Lift your left knee up off the mat. Planting down through your left hand, I want you to open your right arm out into the sky. One more breath. And bring your hands back down. Step your right foot back, coming into downward dog. We're gonna hold down dog for 5 breaths. If downward dog is too much for you, you can rest your knees on the mat and hold in tabletop position. Two more breaths. Now, I want you to bend your left knee, step your foot up in between your hands, lower your right knee onto the mat, aligning your knee over your ankle. Rooting down through your feet, I want you to lift up, coming into a low lunge. One more breath. Bring your palms back down to the mat. Uncuff your right toes, lifting your right knee up off the mat. Root your right palm into the mat and your left foot, and open your left arm. Coming into a nice twist. And hold for 5 breaths. Two more breaths. And release your palm back down. Stepping your left foot back, coming into downward facing dog. One more breath. Now I want you to step or hop your feet up in between your hands. Sit your hips down, coming into chair pose. Shifting your weight into the heels of your feet and keeping your knees aligned over your ankles. Straighten out your legs now. Now I want you to come facing the long edge of the mat. Separate your feet wider than hips distance, pointing your toes at a 45-degree angle. I want you to ball your hands into fists and bang it on your hips. You feel those bones right there? Those are your hip bones. So I want to do a forward fold, but I don't want you to arch your back and round from the back. I want you to bend from that hip crease right there. Rooting down through your feet, resting your palms on the mat. One more breath. Now I want you to slightly bend your knees, aligning your knees over your ankle, sit your hips down, and lift up, coming into goddess pose. And we're gonna hold for 5 breaths. Last one. And straighten out your legs. Bringing your hands to heart center. I feel the blood pumping in my body. I feel really good right now, you guys. I hope you do too. Okay, so we're gonna do that one more time. So remember, we're gonna fold from the hip crease, resting our palms on the mat. One more breath. We're gonna shift our weight into our heels. Slightly bend our knees, lowering our hips, and root to rise, coming into goddess. One more breath. And straighten out the legs, bringing the arms and hands to heart center. Heel toe the feet together and come into a cross-legged seated position. I want you to lift your arms up above your head, bringing your right hand over to your left knee, lowering your left hand behind you, and twist. One more breath. And bring your arms back to center, taking your left hand to your right knee and placing your right palms behind you. And hold for 5 breaths. Come back to center. Now I want you to place both your palms behind your back and bend your knees out in front of you. Now take your right ankle and place it over your left knee, giving yourself the number 4. And you're gonna feel that stretch in your right hamstring. One more breath. I'll give you the side view this time. So with your palms flat on the mat behind you, take your left ankle, place it over your right knee, and feel the opening of your hip and the stretch in your hamstrings. As you feel the earth supporting you. One more breath. And releasing your leg back down. I want you to lay flat down on your back with your feet wide on the mat and your knees touching. Now we're going to do a windshield wiper motion with our knees. So I want you to bring your knees over to the right, feeling the stretch in your front hip flexor. As you just allow your body to melt into the mat, just letting gravity do its job. Coming back to center. Now move your knees over to the left. Back to center, and one more time on the right side. Move your knees over. Coming back to center. Swing your knees over to the left. And come back to center. Pulling your knees into your chest like a nice cannonball. And I want you to just slowly rock yourself up and come back into a seated position. I want you to rest one hand on your chest, the other on your belly button. And we're just going to take a couple breaths to close out this practice. Breathing in through your nose, pausing at the top, exhaling through your mouth, and pause. I want to congratulate you for making it to the end of this video. You did such an amazing job today. And just as you do on this mat, I want you to do the same thing in your everyday life. Just take it one breath at a time, one step at a time. Because you are always guided, you are always supported, and you are always well taken care of. I love you. I believe in you so much. And I can't wait to have you again on the mat. Take a deep breath in. Pause at the top. And exhale, fluttering your lips. And now inhale for Om. hands to heart center. Bow your head. Namaste. I love you, and I'm so happy I had you today. I'll talk to you soon.